Good morning, everybody. It's Sally. I could do the old "it's coffee talk" thing, and look, there's a snowman, but just ignore that he's a snowman. I like this mug. It's just the right size. It's big. It's not too big that it weighs my hand down. But this is coffee number two, and I just watched a video by Vicky, our good friend Vicky, who was a little down and has been struggling a little bit. And I wanted to address some things that came up because she talked about Vegas and she talked about the pressure that to show up at Vegas not at her best, or even as long as she can rationalize she's a few pounds smaller than she was last year, then she should be okay with that. And she was, I mean, she's just gained 10 pounds from having a bad patch. So uh, I mean, I want to talk about the pressure, and the thought of what it's like to fall off. I mean, she talked about just sitting in front of the computer and drinking coffee, and then you start to eat, and then you don't do. You lose all that motivation to get up and do, and to work, and to just be active. And I really can understand that, because whether it's weight loss surgery related, or just you're the kind of person who ends up going down in a slump. I've suffered from depression most of my life. The only time it really broke off me was when I had the gastric bypass, and that constant feeling of, well, not that it's a constant feeling of success, but everything was a success compared to what I knew was behind me that I couldn't beat. I mean, with at least the bypass, I had the chance of success, and I felt successful even on the weeks where maybe I didn't lose, or you don't feel it in the moment, but even then, you know you're on the right path. The thing is, you're on the right path. And I want to encourage everybody, especially Vicky and all of you out there. Gosh knows it's a sisterhood and a brotherhood, although I know it's mostly ladies, and we all just want to live that dream that we dared not dream, to wake up and be Cinderella. I think there's a lot of stuff like that that goes on at the Vegas mindset. I know I went through it last year, and I'm going to tell you the truth this year, ladies. With all the other stuff going on in my life, as y'all know, the wedding's coming up. That's like the weekend after Vegas. Vegas is like it seems like it's day after tomorrow, which also gets me flipped out. And then literally in a month and a couple of days, or a month and a week, or a month from now, I'll be dropping my dog off, which I'll be hysterically boohooing until I get on the plane to fly away to London like 10 days later. So do you see, my life is like skyrocketing. Like I feel like I'm on a boom, and it should be all, I mean, it's good, but the pressure that builds up in me is, y'all have seen me go wiggy before the other surgery that I had last August. I mean, the whole month I was wiggy and had to get some Xanax. And when I took one Xanax, it was like magic time. It's like, wow, this is what it's like to not be losing your mind every minute of every day. And I only took them then. Then I got some more for this spring. And I haven't taken them because I try to hold off thinking until I really need them. Well, yesterday was a really, really bad day. So when I saw Vicky's video last night, I couldn't even watch it because I was still not well yet. This morning, I jumped right in. Um, it was horrible. I mean, you have all, and the thing that it comes out of nowhere, like the anxiety all of a sudden clumps on you in a way that you cannot break it off. You have thoughts of, even if it's like that. I mean, please don't call the mental health people on me, because, I mean, I know me and I've known me all my life. You just want to just be dead. You just want the world to stop. You want it to all go away. You just want to forget anything or anyone and be done. Um, it just gets to be too much. Now, I can happily report that when I got home from the morning out, having felt that way and just being horrible, miserable, a miserable person, I got my hand on a Xanax, and then I was like, life was worth living again. Hello, do you need me to take your pictures? Okay. Um, just that one little pill. Now, I'm very careful with them, and I'm not promoting people take medications. I'm just saying some of us who are born overly whatever cannot get ourselves so wrapped around the axle about stuff, and there's so many issues in ourselves. And that stuff didn't really have to do so much with that Vegas, because I've got my outfits, it's in the closet. I'm not, and actually, I'm going to be honest, I had to step away from YouTube or Facebook for a little bit, not YouTube so much, Facebook a little bit, because do you know what it's like when you're already kind of amped up, and but every time you go on, and this is not to steal anybody's joy, trust me, it's not about that. But everywhere you go, it's Vegas, 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 Vegas. Vegas is tomorrow. Vegas is next week. Vegas is, I've got this and I've got that. And what do you think? And look at this dress. And I mean, I'm fine with it. It's so totally cool. But with everything else in my brain, it's like, I think I'm gonna explode. It like amped up. I felt like my head was in a vice and the pressure was building and building. But I'm fine now. So I kind of have to step back because it's sort of like Christmas. Don't let your kids be fixating on Christmas every day to the nth degree from the first day after Thanksgiving, or by Christmas Eve, they'll be hysterical, flailing around on the floor, over the top, beyond themselves. So it's the same thing with Vegas. Hold on, I have to do some pictures for my daughter. Okay, there, she's gone. That's the kiddo who does the fashionista blog on a dime, basically. Where was I? Christmas flailing around on the floor. Anyway, we all know what it's like when we get overstimulated. At least I get overstimulated. Y'all have seen me overstimulated, haven't you? Um, I just want to encourage everybody to remember, don't pressure yourself about Vegas again. We're there to see each other, to love each other, to support each other. And I'm going to tell you the truth. From last year to this year, last year, I met people in there. It's funny because you've never met people, and some people you didn't really watch the videos, so you didn't really know who they were before like you do now. You got to meet them as people, and then you got to be their friends, and then you kind of started to watch some of their videos. Honestly, there were people I met that I thought, I wonder why they're here. They're thin. They must have never been heavy. They already must be at goal. I'm telling you, I assumed a lot of the people I met were already at goal, and here they are worrying about still not being at goal, or maybe they got a goal this time. You'd be amazed when you meet people. It's funny what we think of ourselves, and then when we meet people, you just assume they were at goal. Or there was a lady there, I went, she must be married to someone who lost weight because she's such a cute little thing. I'm sure she didn't have weight loss surgery. Well, sure enough, she did. I never saw any of her old pictures till the other day, and I went, oh my goodness. So the point is, it's about us, it's about fellowship, it's about laughter, it's about hugs, it's about a little drink if you like to have a little drink. It's about a little dance if you like to have a little dance. Um, and it's about getting dressed up and feeling fabulous. So it's not about comparing. It's not about torturing yourself down in the last month before Vegas to be your best. You know what? What I hope is that what people have learned, if we're doing the whole thing with, trying to get at our ultimate best before we walk in the door at Vegas, that it's something they carry out the other side. Because what is it that kept us from focusing so hard to do the best we could with our journeys the whole time before, and deciding to here at the last month, 2 months before Vegas, that we're going to just ratchet it up? And I get the ratcheting up thing, I do. Um, I mean, if I was honest, if I'd had the time, I would have worked more on my sculpting my body. I would have done my arms a little more. I haven't done my arms. So I'm going in a little softer than last year. But you know what? That's okay. I'm going. I'm going to see everybody and to just visit and to laugh and to feel connected. And I'm going to have a wonderful time, just like the rest of you guys. So, no pressure about Vegas. Take your pack off and remember, it's about being healthy. And if you get down in the dumps and you find yourself on a slippery slope of just eating badly, making poor choices, being lethargic, not walking, not moving, first make sure you're not sliding into a depression, because I do know about that. Um, and remember that sometimes if you can't change stuff from the inside out, start to take actions like a robot. Just check your brain out and know that it's in a funk, but just put your body through the rigid robotic motions of movement, and then the next step is a little easier, and the next thing's a little, and the good choices seems easier to make, and the next thing you know, the outward action has transformed the inward headspace. And so either way, if you can get the PMA pumped up and then shoot out like a rocket, or the opposite direction, there are ways to help yourself get out of not your best patterns of behavior. And you've got all this community too. So I'm gonna let you go. Sorry, I didn't mean to go on like this, but Vicky, I love you. I'm thinking about you. I'm thinking about all the ladies that I know that are psyched up for Vegas and excited to meet you all. Please don't think this is a poo-poo on Vegas. It's not. I'm very psyched about it. But let's all remember what we're going for, and it's not to be crowned Queen of the Stardust Ballroom or the most fabulous, best ever, gorgeous, stunning weight loss surgery person of the year. It's not. It's just about us getting together and finding ways to support other people that we don't even know yet, whose journeys are coming in the next year or 2 years or 3 years, because it is a way to raise awareness and funds to support other people getting a chance at a wonderful new life, just like we had. Okay, see you guys later. Make it a great one. I certainly am going to try.